I've been standing here too long, wondering what I've done wrong. I've walked through shadows and silence, with my hands held tight to pride. Every step felt heavy, every hill too high. And when grace finds me here, even in the corners of my fear, I don't have to fix the past. I just let it draw me near. I used to chase the answers like they owed me day and night. Now I learn that mercy comes, not loud but soft and right. I breathe deep, I kneel down. If love can come where I can't see, and heal where I've been blind, then maybe every lost attempt was just a step toward finding kind. When grace finds me here, I don't need to walk alone. I've been held before I knew it, and now I call it home. The weight I carried fades, Daddy said the land remembers every prayer, even the ones you were scared to say out loud. I was walking home past the old fence line, boots full of dust, heart full of doubt. The sun was falling on a broken barn, and silence was the loudest sound. Then the wind got still, like heaven leaned in. There was an angel by the fence line, no wings, just a worn out coat, eyes that shine like second chances when I was at the end of hope. Mama used to say, God walks slow, so we don't miss him when he comes. Sometimes he looks like borrowed time, or a stranger humming gospel songs. Yeah, an angel by the fence line, hands rough, voice low and kind, said, son, you ain't forgotten, you're just early in God's time. I fell to my knees in that gravel road, said words I ain't said in years. The sky didn't open, no thunder rolled, but my heart finally heard him clear. There's an angel by the fence line, every time I start to fall. Something Sometimes he looks like mercy, sometimes he don't look like much at all. On a worried mind, heavy clouds been holding time. I've walked this road on borrowed breath, between my fear and what's left. No thunder, no mighty sound, just silence laying on the ground. I don't ask for signs or flames, just a little light to say my name. If you're here, don't rush the rain, I'm learning how to wait. Sparrow lifts from a broken fence, like it knows how heaven bends. The wind feels warm against my face, like a hand I didn't see in place. I breathe in, let go of doubt, something holy is moving now. Not all mirrors shout, some fall quiet, some fall down. The sky opens with grace, right here in this broken place. No lightning, no parade, just mercy finding its way. When I finally let faith speak, the sky opens with grace. Every scar tells me I'm known, every tear's been overthrown. I ain't strong, but I believe heaven moves when hearts give in. No more running, no more race, I stand still and feel the grace. The sky opens when I let go. The sky opens with grace, not because I earned my place, but love came down unashamed, wrote forgiveness in the rain. I was lost, now I can see. The sky opens with grace on me. Clouds drift slow, faith stays close. I stop at the ridge, let the silence speak. These hills have held my questions longer than I've known. Every road I see from here disappears before I'm home. There's hope beyond the hills where my eyes can't reach today. I don't need to see forever, just enough to walk this way. I used to chase the answers like they owed me truth. Now I'm learning faith is walking. When the view runs out of you, I step down, I go on. If you built the world in layers, valley, mountain, sky, then maybe what I can't see yet is where you're working mine. There's hope beyond the hills, past the bend I cannot know. I ain't walking blind or fearless, just walking where I'm led to go. I leave the ridge behind. Screen door creaks, the day winds down. Cicadas hum that evening sound. Rocking chair moves nice and slow. Sunset learns how to let it go. Grandma's Bible by the door, shoes kicked off on the floor. She said, count what you've been given, that's how you notice heaven. I used to pray for bigger things, faster roads and diamond rings. Now I thank Him for this view and the quiet pulling through. These are quiet blessings on the porch, a borrowed peace I can't ignore. No gold crowns or holy torch, just a grateful heart, that's the source. Yeah, quiet blessings on the porch. Neighbors wave a pickup rolls, kids laughing down the road. Some things don't cost a dime, but they save you every time. I've had storms knock on my door, hard nights I couldn't ignore, but grace showed up like always in the ordinary days. I don't need the world to change, just eyes to see it the same. These are quiet blessings on the porch, a steady light, a gentle force. Faith don't need a church or torch, sometimes it's peace you can't enforce. Yeah, quiet blessings on the porch. Lord, slow my restless mind, teach me how to take my time. If tomorrow brings no choice, let me hear your softer voice. Quiet blessings on the porch, still and small, but holding more. These are quiet blessings on the porch, where mercy meets the morning chores. I don't ask you for much more than this right here, this moment, sure. Yeah, quiet blessings on the porch. Screen door sighs, the stars ignite. Faith sits with me tonight. I walk the hills before the sun, every step a careful guide. My voice is low, my hands are calm. I'm keeping watch at their side. The shepherd's quiet song doesn't shout, it doesn't demand. Just a steady tune of mercy, like a gentle guiding hand. I used to think faith needed fire, or words that fill the room. Now I see it in patient steps, and in the softest tune. And I breathe slow, I stay near. If love can tend the smallest life and keep them safe till night, then maybe God's own song is here in every quiet life. The shepherd's quiet song carries through the fields unseen. I don't need the world to notice, I just follow where it's been. The sheep lie down in peace, come home, come closer. You don't have to run tonight. I've been wandering through the tall grass, counting stars I can't control. Every path looked like a promise, every promise took its toll. It's the shepherd's gentle call, not a shout, not a chain, just a voice I somehow recognize, speaking mercy through my name. I thought love would sound like thunder, rules carved into stone, but it found me tired and listening when I was done pretending I was strong. I stopped, I listened. If I followed every echo, I'd be lost before the dawn. But this voice cuts through the darkness like it's known me all along. shepherd's gentle call, leading me where fear grows thin. I don't need to know the whole way, I just need to follow him. The night's still wide, but so's his care. Sunlight falls across the barn door and paints a shadow in the shape of a cross. I've walked some roads with burdens deep and nights that felt too long, but every quiet glance this way reminds me I belong. Barn door cross, stand steady through the years. I don't need to understand it all, I just follow what it clears. I used to chase the brighter lights, or signs that I could see. Now every beam that falls just right speaks of grace that's free. Bow low, I breathe deep. If mercy lives where I can't reach, and love stands still and true, then maybe every humble cross reminds me of you. The barn door cross keeps shining through the day. I don't need to know the ending, I just follow its way. Shadows fade, I rest in peace. Morning breaks on a quiet field, dew on grass, my heart still. I don't know where the pathway's been, but I trust where my steps are sent. Lord, I'm not ahead or strong, I wander when the night feels long. If I stray or lose my way, call me back, I'll learn to stay. I've chased noise, I've chased the crowd, lost my way by walking loud, but still he waits without a word. The shepherd guides the herd. Daddy read from Psalm 23, said, son, that's how it's meant to be. You don't run, you don't fight, you just follow through the night. The shepherd guides the herd with a steady, gentle word. Through the valley, through the turn, we are known, we are heard. Yeah, the shepherd guides the herd. Some sheep stumble, some fall behind, some get scared and lose the line. line, but mercy walks the open land, calling us back again. I don't need to lead or prove, just to follow truth. The shepherd guides the herd when the road is rough and blurred, even when my faith feels stirred by doubt and fear. I've learned, yeah, the shepherd guides the herd. Through the dark, through the hurt, through the dust and the dirt, I won't fear what I've heard. The shepherd guides the herd. Yeah, the shepherd guides the herd. Morning rests on open land. I walk on, not by my plan. Call out softly to the sky, and the canyon whispers back. I've carried worries through the day, and doubts too heavy to bear, but every word I let float free finds a home in open air. Hope echoes in the canyon, rolling back to me again. I don't need to see the end, I just know it comes again. I used to wait for signs so clear, of guidance I could hold. Every wind that sweeps the rocks speaks of love untold. I step slow, I breathe deep, if mercy can rebound like sound, grace returns to stay. Maybe every whispered hope is guiding me today. Hope echoes in the canyon, even when the path seems long. I don't need to find the answers, I just follow the song. hold peace in quiet reply. There's a light shining on dusty boots on this road I thought I'd lose. Even when my steps went crooked, grace still knew the truth. I walked through miles of almost there, and nights I couldn't pray, carrying more than I could handle. Still I made my way. Fence posts leaning toward the sky, fields worn down and dry. I learned hope grows in stubborn places where tears have learned to lie. I ain't spotless, I ain't new, but I'm still moving on. Faith ain't clean, it's dusty boots walking toward the dawn. There's a light shining on dusty boots, every scar, every bruise. God don't wait for perfect paths, He walks the broken ones too. If I fall down on this gravel road, if my knees hit the ground, I know heaven's close enough to hear that sound. I chased answers loud and fast, lost my quiet voice, found it whispering in the dark saying, son, you got a choice. There's a light shining on dusty boots, not the shine of borrowed gold. It's the kind that keeps you standing when your heart feels old. So I'll keep walking, dusting all, no shame, no disguise. There's a light shining on dusty boots, and mercy in its eyes. Morning fog on the water, saying what I came. I set my boots on the muddy bank with a pocket full of doubt. Been carrying words too heavy to ever say out loud. The river carries my prayers, further than my voice could go. I don't know where it's headed, but I trust the current knows. I tied my worry to a stone, watched it sink out of sight. Learned some things I meant for drifting, not holding on all night. I let it go, I step back. If you're listening past the bend where the water turns to blue, then you can hear a heart like mine still learning how to trust you. The river carries my prayer through the deep and shallow ends. I don't need to see the answer, just to know it's in your hands. The water keeps on moving, and so cold water on my hands before I say a word. I carried every question like a stone inside my chest. Thought I had to hold it steady, thought that was for the best. The river washes my worry. Don't ask me where it's been. It just takes what I can't carry and makes me breathe again. I used to fight the current, try to stand where I was hurt. But peace don't come from holding on, it comes from being hurt. I kneel down, I let it go. Water moving, find its way back home. And maybe I was never meant to face this life alone. River washes my worry in the light and in the shade. I don't need to know tomorrow. I'm at peace with today. Walk away lighter than I arrived. Evening falls on open land, colors bleed from heaven's hand. No words fit what I see, so I just breathe and believe. Lord, you speak without a sound, in the way the sun goes down. Every promise ever told feels alive in blue and gold. Daddy read from worn out pages, songs of kings and dusty ages. Said, son, God's been talking long before we ever learned his songs. I've chased answers far and wide, tried to read between the lines, but tonight I finally see fate don't always speak in me. The sky's painted with song, every cloud a lifted palm. I don't hear a single sound, but mercy's falling all around. Yeah, the sky's painted with song. Some prayers rise, some drift away, some are answered by delay, but every breath I offer him feels like joining in the hymn. I don't need to understand, just to rest inside his plan. The sky's painted with songs, hope is written broad and long. Even when my faith feels small, he's been singing all along. Yeah, the sky's painted with song. In the dark before the dawn, when my words are gone, I lift my eyes and I'm calm by the sky painted with songs. Evening fades, stars take form, faith hums, soft till morning comes. Screen door creaks, the day winds down, cicadas hum that evening sound. Rocking chair moves nice and slow, sunset learns how to let go. Grandma's Bible by the door, shoes kicked off on the floor. She said, count what you've been given, that's how you notice heaven. I used to pray for bigger things, faster roads and diamond rings. Now I thank him for this view and the quiet pulling through. These are quiet blessings on the porch, a borrowed peace I can't ignore. No gold crowns or holy torch, just a grateful heart, that's the source. Your quiet blessings on the porch. Neighbors wave a pickup rose, kids laughing down the road. Some things don't cost a dime, but they save you every time. I've had storms knock on my door, hard nights I couldn't ignore, but grace showed up like always in the ordinary days. I don't need a world to change, just eyes to see it the same. These are quiet blessings on the porch, a steady light, a gentle force. Faith don't need a church, a torch. Sometimes it's peace you can't enforce. Your quiet blessings on the porch. Lord, slow my restless mind, teach me how to take my time. If tomorrow brings no choice, let me hear your softer voice. Quiet blessings on the porch, still and small, but holding more. These are quiet blessings on the porch, where mercy meets the morning chores. I don't ask you for much more than this right here, this moment sure. Your quiet blessings on the porch. Screen door sighs, the stars ignite. Faith sits with me tonight. The church bell echoes wide across the fields, across my pride, calling hearts that try to hide. The church bell echoes wide. Dust on my boots, Sunday morn, a restless soul, faith half won. I've missed some prayers, skipped some days, still that sound won't fade away. It rolls like thunder without rain, saying, child, come home again. Old wooden doors, paint worn thin, every crack lets mercy in. I don't kneel like I used to do, but somehow grace still knows me through. That bell don't ask where I've been, it just rings and rings again. It don't judge, it don't explain, it just calls my name. The church bell echoes wide through broken vows and lonely nights, over valleys, fear and time. The church bell reaching down. I've chased the world, I've lost my way, I've bargained more than I have prayed, but every toll reminds my heart, grace don't mind how far you are. Sunlight through stained glass blues, feels like truth I always knew. I ain't fixed, I ain't complete, but faith still pulls me to my feet. That bell keeps time with borrowed breath, life forgiveness, more than death. The church bell echoes wide for the weary and the tried, for the lost who still believe inside. The church bell echoes wide till the last light leaves the sky. It keeps calling you and I. Echoes wide, still echoes wide. Been walking roads with dusty sign, heart worn thin by borrowed time. Every mile I whispered low, Lord, I'm tired, but I'll still go. The dark gets heavy on my chest, I remember what you said. There are stars guiding my way home, even when the night feels long. I don't walk this road alone. Heaven hums me a quiet song through the doubt, through the unknown. There are stars guiding my way home. Mama's words in the back of my mind. Faith ain't loud, but it's always kind. I've lost my map, I've lost my pride, but not the light you keep inside. There are stars guiding my way home. I can see them when I pray. They don't rush me, they just glow, telling me I'll be okay. If I stumble, let me fall into grace that covers all. I don't need to see the end, just the next step now and then. There are stars guiding my way home, past the fear I couldn't face. Every tear I've ever known turns to mercy, turns to grace, when the world feels cold and alone. There are stars guiding my way home. I lift my eyes, I'm not alone. Those stars still guide me home. whisper softly into the air, and the wind takes it there. Oh, I've walked through nights that felt so long and worried for each day, but every word I cannot speak, the breeze will carry away. The wind carries my prayer across the hills and streams. I don't need to see it answered, I just trust what it means. I used to need the perfect plan or signs that I could hold. Now every whisper through the leaves feels like grace untold. I breathe deep, I let go. If mercy moves where I can't reach, and love drifts on the air, then maybe every silent prayer is met with gentle care. The wind carries my prayer, even when I cannot see. I don't need to understand it all, I just let it be. The fields sway, soft in reply. There's a rusted truck by the general store, faded paint that don't shine no more. Old men sit where the shadows grow, trading stories only they'd know. Main Street's quiet since the mill shut down, windows boarded in this hollow town. The church bell rings but it's just for show, a hollow echo where dreams don't go. Oh, the years drift by like the creek runs slow, carving lines where the wildflowers grow. Hometown shadows, they linger and stay, holding the whispers of yesterday. Mama's quilt still on the line to dry, stitching tales neath the southern sky. Papa's boots by the back porch door, though he don't walk these hills no more. The fiddle cries where the heart aches deep, and the harmonic sighs where the secrets sleep. The past is a weight, but it's all we know, like a lonesome song on the radio. Oh, the years drift by like the creek runs slow, carving lines where the wildflowers grow. Hometown shadows, they linger and stay, holding the whispers of yesterday. Sunlight leans through broken boards like it's looking for me. This barn held laughter, hay in hands, and promises we meant. Now the roof lets mercy in where the rain was never sent. There's hope in the broken barn, where the walls still know my name, but didn't stand the test of time. Still taught my heart to stay. I've been patched with borrowed strength, nails bent, paint worn thin. Funny how the things still stand are the ones that let love in. I stay here, I listen. If you choose what's cracked and weathered to keep your story told, then maybe I ain't past repair, just growing strong while getting old. There's hope in the broken barn, in the beams that still hold fast. I don't need to be brand new, just faithful to my past. I walk out held together, Miguel. I woke up with the night still on my skin, dust on my boots, old doubts within. The sky was gray like unanswered prayers, a long road behind me, hope going thin. But the horizon held a softer face, a whisper riding on the breeze. When the morning brings grace, it don't shout, it don't race, it finds you broken, standing still, puts mercy right back in its place. I've learned to wait, I've learned to stay through the dark that bends but doesn't break. Every night gives way when the morning brings grace. Church bells sleep in the valley low, dew on the fields like a holy low. I've stumbled hard, I've lost my way, but the sun still rises anyway. When the morning brings grace, it meets me face to face, turns my worry into bread, leave forgiveness in its trace. No map required, no perfect fate, just tied hands and a heart that waits every shadow fade. When the morning brings grace, when the morning brings grace. I don't have to be brave. I just open up my eyes and let the light fall where it may. From the longest night I'll rise again, not by strength but by His hand. I still believe, I still have faith when the morning brings grace. Yeah, the dark can stay as long as it needs. I'll be waiting on my knees, 'cause I know